is going on, sirs and ma'ams? This is the fourth episode?
Fourth episode.
Fourth, right? Fourth episode of Podcast Royale, Super MetaBros. Every Monday at 4 o'clock. Supposed to be 4 o'clock Central. It's not 4 o'clock today.
Thomas.
Yeah, I'm over here. Ox is the reason, always the reason for the lateness. I'll admit.
Just say you fucked up, okay?
I fucked up, man. I totally fucked up.
Do me a favor, guys. Somebody go to the actual stream and make sure that we are getting the audio, because I was having those technical difficulties. I want to make sure we're broadcasting audio. So, yeah. What's new in the world of games this week?
Warframe was announced for Switch.
Warframe for Switch.
Did any of y'all play Warframe?
I tried it.
I played a little bit of it a while back.
Yeah, I tried it out a little bit. It's not bad. It isn't. And to be on the Switch, that's a big leap.
People really like it. So, I mean, it's got a pretty good solid fan base.
Does it seem like a good title to translate to Switch?
Or Switch, whatever.
Yeah, I could see it. It would work on the Switch, man. It really would.
Based on the trailer, it's really toned down. I think it's like at 30 FPS now. It runs beautifully on PS4, though. It's a gorgeous fucking game.
Okay, does it have a good so you got to take a big hit graphic wise, huh?
Oh yeah. Switch has become the port machine, according to Kotaku, anyway, and I agree. It is not a bad thing. I mean,
well, it is when you can't, if they can't do them justice, or they just if they do bad ports.
Look at Skyrim, Skyrim's a good port.
But look at WWE 2K18. It was a failure on every level, and yes, it was terrible. Like it released unfinished, and they never could get it right. They actually just announced today. They are not releasing 2K19 on the Switch. They're just going to say, fuck that. We're not even going to try. The alternative was to release a toned down version, similar like they did with FIFA 18. They put a whole new engine on it, but that's a lot of resources, a lot of manpower.
Yeah, it's fine.
That, they didn't want to dedicate to. I mean, if you've got a game just right, you don't want to lose things just so you can put it on another platform. Like you would lose a lot of the customization and stuff like that. And that's the main key feature. So specialize in what you're going to specialize in and stick to that. I agree with that decision. So I'm wary of titles getting ported to Switch. I'm very, very cautious about that, because anytime you're taking a hit, especially in graphics, when you're already used to a certain level of graphics, it's harder to play a worse version of the same game.
Well, it's not always even
Skyrim didn't take as big of a hit in graphics as some of the other games did. That's why Skyrim, I think, maintained most of its playability, is because you could still immerse yourself in that, kind of beautiful world. And some games are about the gameplay, you could port up from like Game Boy Advance to Switch, like the Pokemon games or something like that, which, they're doing that Pokemon Go,
Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go
game. Yeah, Let's Go. So they got that coming, but I'm talking about they could, do straight up ports.
See, I feel like certain games just don't translate to other consoles. Like a while back, they had, of course, y'all know about Dead Space. Well, they had Dead Space Extraction or something on the Wii, and it wasn't the same feel. It wasn't even so much the graphics. The graphics were similar. But
was that a port, or was that just an attempt at putting that franchise on the Wii?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. But I'm
those are always hit and miss. You never know what those are.
If I'm not mistaken, that game originally came out on the Wii, and they ported it over to the PlayStation when the PlayStation Move came out.
Oh, they did.
And it didn't feel right. I believe it. No, Dead Space, the game started on regular consoles.
Okay, yeah.
Extraction was like more of a side story kind of thing. Because Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, I played all of them, and I fucking love the Dead Space franchise.
That's my favorite game.
They started off on like the PlayStation 3. and Xbox and whatever, and it came, 3 of them came out after that. But I think Extraction was like was the Wii's version of that. Just the stick and you can move and shoot and all that bullshit.
It wasn't the same.
Then they
didn't deliver as well as I thought they would.
No, because it was basically your first person, and it's kind of like those old arcade games where you have the gun and it
House of
goes
the Dead
to
or
certain
something.
Yeah, it was just like that. Which I don't. And on a console, those are not fun. On an arcade game where you actually have a gun in your hand is okay, but on a console, it just doesn't work.
Well, if you remember that whenever you had the Wii controllers, you used it like a gun in a way. You can kind of hold it a certain way. But the thing that I didn't like about it is that
they had gun, things, but they didn't. They never worked well. The gun on a Nintendo worked better than that thing did.
Hey, I think it all depends on the game. Did y'all ever play House of the Dead trilogy on the Wii?
I never played it on the Wii, but I played it in arcade.
Fucking amazing.
Everybody's played it in arcade.
Fucking amazing on the Wii. Just absolutely.
Yeah, I remember
it works so
like
well.
The most popular arcade shooter game like that I've ever seen was Area 51. Like everybody
that one
has played that at one point.
Or Time Crisis.
Like
you had to step on the pedal and shit.
To get out from cover and shit. I think they tried that on like the Move and shit, and it just didn't work because it doesn't have that same feeling.
Well,
it just doesn't translate everywhere.
Ports, I think you got to realize that the Wii is a lot different than the Switch. Like the Switch can actually run HD games on the go. We couldn't run HD. It's worth a shit. What you need to do is check out the YouTube channel called Digital Foundry if you're wary about these Switch ports, because they go in the nitty gritty on all the technology that's used when making these games and what gets scaled back when it's a re-release on the Switch or whichever console, really.
Cool.
They do really good content.
I'll have to look into that.
Yes, Digital Foundry on YouTube. Like they break down like all the new shit. They've even gotten some source footage from some of the demos at E3 this year, like Ghost of Tsushima. I believe they're speculating that is going to be a cross-gen game. That'll also be coming to PlayStation 5 when it's eventually announced.
Oh, yeah. I think most of the games that are released right now will probably go to 5 as well. Yeah. Just, they'll want to make that money.
What they need to do, man, they need to release the console that is a part of the established PlayStation Store and let you use all of the downloads that you've accumulated on your PS4 on that machine. That would be the absolute smartest fucking move they could do.
Yeah, let you already jump in without even having to buy a PS5 game. Just jump in and you can play your entire library.
Yeah. They don't even have to be like super enhanced or anything. Just let us play them.
Yeah, just backwards capability bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need remasters. I just let me play my games. The game's already paid for.
Most people who play these games have humongous libraries. What with PlayStation Plus and all that?
Yeah, I've probably got well over 100 games in my library now.
Oh yeah. That'd be their smartest move, though, in my opinion. Speaking of next gen,
absolutely.
I feel like Death Stranding's going to be a next gen. I feel like Cyberpunk's going to be a next gen, specifically like targeting next gen, as well as Dying Light.
You think they'll release on PS4 or Xbox One at all?
Oh sure, yeah. They want to make that money, so they're going to go where the high install base is.
Has there been any announcement for the PlayStation 5 as far as when it's going to be released, possibly?
No, Sony did mention it just candidly about, they say when we do talk about it, it'll be a couple years from now. Like, you will see the next console in 3 years. That's what was said about 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay, but yeah, but Cyberpunk and stuff like that's going to come out before then.
No.
It's not?
No, I don't think it will.
In
game
Oh, you're
3 years,
thinking
they're
reality
releasing trailers 3 years in advance.
Dude, look at fucking Elder Scrolls 6. Fucking
Well,
apparently
that wasn't even
Starbound.
a trailer. That was just an announcement, But we've got
Apparently
like,
Starbound is coming after Elder Scrolls 6.
oh,
Yeah, that's what's being
I
talked about
bet you
right
a
now.
lot of this shit's gonna be released like 2020, 2021. I bet you a lot of it's gonna be like back to back, right around that time.
And Death Stranding, we don't have anything on that as far as release date goes. Even as far as like what the game's about, the beat for beat moments of the gameplay. That's
You'd be
gonna be
surprised, man. Sometimes, like situations like that, the people that are working on a project might be told, like, look, you cannot talk about this at all. Nothing should be getting leaked out at all.
Oh
Like
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like,
That's obviously what's happening. But I don't feel like Death Stranding is like a year or two off. I still think it's at least 3, maybe 4 years off. If Kojima can do whatever he wants on this game, he's gonna take the time to do it.
yeah, good
yeah.
point.
I could be wrong.
He's good at finding
what you're
like them
saying.
little minute details too. So I think that you're
Yeah.
right. It possibly he'll be meticulous about it and want to keep working on it until he gets it right. There might even be some delays.
Possibly.
I'm a huge advocate, or not really advocate. I mean, I support developers when they delay their games. Make your game better. I mean, take a couple months and polish it.
What can it really hurt?
So you support the delays on Final Fantasy VII?
Fuck it, that game's never gonna come out. I don't know what people are.
Of
I
course,
just found out
sheep
the other
got
day
him with
that
that
game's
one.
not coming out. It's just not gonna happen, guys.
He's like, now I'm sad.
Oh,
Sorry.
apparently, Tetsuya Nomura came out and said that in the game they will be focusing on some of the side characters, such as Biggs and Wedge, and like their backstories and stuff like that.
On like Reno and that crew and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I got you. That's cool. I can dig it.
We'll see. I mean, they've already said that it's going to be an episodic fucking game. It's going to be 3 episodes, which I think is a huge mistake. But
Well, I mean, it's almost harkening back to the original, the 4 discs. Those were pretty much episodes.
but they all came out at once.
I know, but if they're all ready to come, yeah, I guess. Hopefully they'll be done.
Everyone knows what happens. Like, it's not like. I mean, we already know the story, so why? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. We'll see. I haven't lost faith, but I'm not entirely hopeful either.
Yeah, we'll see. Kingdom Hearts 3, though, that's looking fantastic. I will give Square that.
There's lots of good stuff in that, and I definitely see a bright future for Kingdom Hearts if they keep going, and with all the new stuff Disney's acquiring, it'll be, I think it'll be more.
I see
a whole lot more. What do you think it's going to be?
Probably Marvel. Marvel or Star Wars, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it'll be more likely to be Star Wars because Marvel's still like in flux with some of the other character properties. I think they're going to want to wait till they get that all locked down so they can like really bring like Spider-Man and X-Men and all that stuff to it.
Yeah.
But that would be it might be too much to add to Kingdom Hearts. There's a lot. It has the potential to overrun all the other franchises involved.
Well, look how long the game's been in development.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had time.
Yeah.
So, have y'all heard about Warhammer coming out on Xbox One, Vermintide 2?
Oh, yeah,
I heard about it.
They're saying it's like Left 4 Dead, but instead of zombies, it's the hideous monsters of Warhammer. So it's like each character can specialize in like different classes and stuff, but like everybody has their own role in the battle, and I don't know. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
It's already out on Steam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I remember hearing about it a while back. Yeah, it came out on March 8th.
You're talking about Warhammer 2?
Yeah, Warhammer Vermintide 2.
Oh. The reason why I was saying it is because I'm reading the GameSpot article on it on July 11th.
Yeah, it comes out next week. It looks like.
Yeah, it makes its console debut this week. And so I'm looking at the updates. Also, they have a game called 20XX. It's for people who like Mega Man, but since Mega Man the Legacy Collection hasn't come out yet, and it's something to kind of fill the void. And the stages are randomly generated. It's like a threat if you die situation.
It's roguelike.
What's that?
It's a roguelike game, basically.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. I like the look of it.
Well, I know that Heavy Rain, Absolver, and 2 other titles came out for the PS4 on PS Plus this month. Heavy Rain was like really hyped, but from everything I saw of it, it's just not for me. Not my kind of game.
Bad. I mean, it's not bad, but it's bad.
Yeah, I just don't like those story games. I want to play. If I want to play a game, I want to like have all the control. Like I want to go up to this and look at it and interact with it, or like Skyrim or Fallout, or one of those types of games. If I want a story, I want to have more control over the story than just A or B, and A gets this result, B gets this result, and that's all you really have.
Yeah.
The freedom. Other RPGs, it's even a full story, but you had battles and stuff like that in most other RPGs. This is like an RPG without battles. I can't. It's really annoying. I can't get behind not having that interaction, that party development, the leveling up, the acquiring of new stuff, the dungeon crawler, kind of aspect to it. That's the key reason I play. If I play for the story, I'll play a really, really shitty game or I'll play a really good game with a really shitty story before I'll play a really shitty game with a really good story.
Really?
Yes, because the story does matter, but to me, gameplay. If you can have the best story in the world in a game, but if your gameplay sucks, I'm just not doing it.
It's just all in personal preference.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes really the story it can make the game, man. I mean, even with the bad graphics, sometimes even if the story is really, really that good that it makes you want to come back to it, like I don't know, it's just I think that kind of
name a game with bad graphics that had a great story that you played.
Do what?
Life is Strange.
That doesn't have bad graphics.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about old school games like Max Payne was all blocky and shitty looking. I always liked Max Payne. Let's see, Twisted Metal.
Max Payne wasn't about the story, really.
Not really a story. No, there was a deep story. There was like you were a detective, pretty much, and having to find out about these killings and stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't that good of a story.
Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, that's good.
3D character models.
But that was revolutionary for its time.
It was. I mean, the pre-rendered graphics were amazing. They looked great.
I mean, the gameplay. You look back on it and you try to play it now, and yeah, it's bad. But when it first came out, it was like, wow, this is amazing. This looks really cool. It's the first time and you got to admit they were trying new things. So, it's like looking at the first like Virtua Fighter game. My God, that's ugly.
Ooh, the old Spider-Man games.
Yeah,
that's one.
Most of that stuff. So I mean, but I play the game for gameplay. If it's not fun to play, then I'm not going to struggle through it.
No, I will admit. I mean, there's certain games like you were saying, Heavy Rain and stuff, and then they had Indigo Prophecy and then a couple other things that just kind of it's a cool story, but the gameplay is boring, and so it gets to the point where it's like, okay, do I really want to sit through this and actually find out about this story, or is it gonna get interesting? Am I gonna do more things? If not, then I'm not gonna play this. So I kind of feel you on that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like if the gameplay or even the design of the gameplay might be good, but if it's poorly designed, then that could detract you. I mean, that could stop you from wanting to see what's coming next, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry. So
You're
have y'all
good.
heard about Pokemon Quest?
Oh yeah,
I
I played
haven't.
a
What's
little bit of it.
this?
It's not bad.
Did you hear
Is it
that
mobile or something?
they just yeah for Nintendo Switch and mobile, supposedly they just passed a huge milestone and has reached 3 million during its first week on mobile. Like that's crazy. I mean, it says they reached 1 million downloads in its first 2 days alone, and now it's up to 7.5 million downloads, and it's only
Games do that
been
all the
a month.
time. Games do that all the time. I
How
pre-registered
much
for
did
that
Call of
Dragon
Duty
Ball
sell?
Legends game, and it had 50 million downloads in its first month. So I
I just
mean, those numbers aren't even, they're not even Pokemon. They're not even near Pokemon Go numbers.
oh I
It's
bet.
impressive. It's impressive, but I'm sure in the first week or two, Pokemon Go had like 14 million.
Dude, I was on the subreddit for Pokemon Go waiting for it to launch that day.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a lot
So
of got a lot of animal abusers out there apparently.
Oh
That's all
yeah, say that
Pokemon's
next time
about
you
is animal abuse.
boot up Monster Hunter, motherfucker.
Hey, Monster Hunter is that's a different game. You're not capturing the motherfuckers. You're going to kill them and they're monsters. These little things are
we're
cute little
worried.
pets
You're
that you
calling us.
capture, you train to throw them out.
Hold on,
And
you're
you just
calling
said
us
you're not going
animal
out to
abusers.
capture
This is from the
Pokemon.
guy playing Conan with his thralls, if you want to call them
Oh
thralls.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
So, yeah, we got some.
That's that slavery right there, yo.
and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
motherfucker say you ain't trying to
you're
go out
really
and capture
pushing
a
the ethics
Pokemon.
lines there. But yeah, what I've really been into playing lately is you know, this right here, that Super Nintendo. I've been talking all day to Kelly and them about how I recently figured out you can mod the
Yeah, you hacked it.
SNES Mini. Oh yeah. No, we don't hack things, Thomas. We don't condone that type of behavior.
Yeah,
We
good point.
modified our Super NES Mini.
Enhance.
We took it from 21 games to around 220 games. So,
Like next thing you
uh,
know, like you like upgrade it so much, and then it just starts talking to you and shit. Like it's all thank
yeah.
you.
Well, you can upgrade. I mean, you can put a PlayStation 1 emulator on it. You can put a Nintendo 64 emulator. I really can't wait to try to put like Mario 64 or GoldenEye on it
Oh hell
and
yeah!
and just see how it works, or one of those, classic games from the Nintendo 64 that, I remember so well.
I'm just
Or even
saying that.
I'm scared to try PlayStation. They said the PlayStation one's really wonky and it's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, that's
They
on
have to
every emulator though. I mean,
yeah,
even
they
on
have to
PC.
compress it. They have to compress it down so that it'll work, and you get like sometimes 80% compression rate, sometimes 20%, and then just things don't really work out at that time. So it might not work on like larger titles like the Final Fantasies and stuff like that, but maybe simpler PlayStation games. But I'm not really interested in playing PlayStation games on this.
Yeah.
If I go retro, I usually tend to go Super Nintendo or Nintendo or Game Boy. If I want to play PlayStation games, I usually just download them on PC
Yeah.
because you can get Final Fantasy for PC, you can get most of those games, or you can get a good emulator running on your PC and get a decent controller
Oh, and
that
all the
way. I
good
don't
Final
want to.
Fantasy games are on PS4, except for 8.
Yeah, yeah, you can get most of those, and I mean, so I have
Those are
no
probably the
need.
only reason to get a PS1
Yeah,
emulator.
got. But I just turned my SNES into a full-on portable emulator that I can just plug and play into a TV anywhere. And I got mine in store in Walmart when it was like $50. So I've got like a powerhouse now that I can just take anywhere. I can play Mortal Kombat, anywhere I go now. So it's pretty dope. I'm
Dude, I
really
played.
loving that. It's pretty technical, but from what I've learned, it's like nearly impossible to break your SNES. They literally tried on streams to using the Hack Chi program
Yeah.
software. That's what enables you to do this. They tried to turn it off while it was transferring stuff. They tried to unplug it while it was transferring. They tried, just anything they could to break the basic software, and you could always just go hit reset and not reset, but the reset on your computer in the little program to reset it back to manual. and it would just go right back to normal no matter what, how much you fucked it up. You could always just, okay, let's just go back to the original factory version. So amazing. I can't believe that they left it that open for tampering. They gave it a developer mode that you can put it in. So once they did that, it was like wide open for somebody to come in and, you know, treat this thing like they did the old GameCubes and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like really you have a get out of jail free card because as long as you carry that thing with you in a bag, like somebody tries to fight you or something, you're like, oh yeah, let's get on some Mortal Kombat then. Or
Yeah, you wanna let's settle this like men. You got a TV?
Yeah, TV, bro. It's like, yeah. It's like, well then fine, we'll find out who's better. And then if you get pulled over by a cop,
we can stop. Look, we can use these to stop real world violence.
Right. You know, and you
people could just carry them around and instead of a real, physical fight, they can take it out on Liu Kang.
Right, exactly. You know, like you
fatality,
you think you're badass. I bet you my Liu Kang could beat your Kung Lao. And so it's like that's how it's over. That's a solved problem.
Start settling real world disputes.
Yeah, there you go. We just solved it right there.
We don't have to worry about it. Just look, take a couple of Super Nintendo Minis to North Korea, and we're all good.
Someone called Bill Maher. We got the plan.
Well, idea. Peace through gaming. You heard it here, folks. The initiative has begun.
Yes, we have started it.
Peace through gaming.
Like if we go to war, it'll just be on Fortnite. Like America versus China, Fortnite. We just go at it. Whoever wins it's probably going to end up bad for us because like North and South Korea, South Korea is like on it as far as like the competitive gaming shit, and like Brazil and like they're killing it. We're minor leagues when it comes to that competitive gaming. They're fucking on it.
What if instead of wars, every country got their strongest guy that lived in their country, and then like had to go against other countries, but instead of fighting, they just had to have a tickle match, and whoever gave up first.
You're retarded. You're retarded.
But they're big guys, so it's like they're tickling all rough and shit.
You're an idiot.
That's stupid. Okay, I'm done.
So
back to gaming news.
Another piece of news that just came out today. Apparently, the new Dragon Ball Super movie that's coming out in December is about fucking Broly.
Broly?
Yes, that is fucking huge, shocking. Just
how long has it been?
Well, Broly's not canon. Broly has only been in a couple of 3 movies, maybe.
Yeah, he's in side movies.
Yeah, this Broly is going to be canon.
Oh shit!
Because this is made by Toriyama himself.
Yeah, this is actual Toriyama's version of Broly. Oh man, it's going to be fucking dope, dude. They have a fantastic animation staff on hand. They've been working on it all year. They put the series on hold for this fucking movie. And we already know it's going to be about ancient Saiyans.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so it might involve that guy from Dragon Ball Legends, the mobile game that came out. The main character's name is Shallot, and apparently he's from an ancient version of the Saiyans before Goku and all that, and there's like another version of him that you run into that's like an evil version, like a Nega version or something like that, where he pretty much wiped everything out. So yeah. I bet that might have something. So maybe keep an eye out for a guy named Shallot.
Oh, we already know the first Super Saiyan God was named Yamoshi, and I think he's going to be a part of the movie. I think Shallot is just for the game.
I don't know, but just because of the timing of it now, that they throw in like this ancient version of the Saiyans, like it was talking. I can't remember the exact story in the thing, but they made a big deal about and I think they're going to continue. It's not done, so maybe it'll follow along with that. And they just recently released Broly on the game. He was the only one of the highest rarity in that whole little event update
Yeah.
was Brawly. So I mean, it's definitely tantalizing to consider.
Shallot was announced right as the details for the movie were announced, so I don't think it was a coincidence. But I don't think we'll see him in the. Well, we might, because everyone was thinking that the mystery Saiyan, because there's supposed to be more than one Saiyan, I guess, and the one that they've been showing, I think, has been Broly, because they only show bits and pieces of him. So this he might have something to do with the story. You may be right, because what they just announced today, it's called Dragon Ball Super Broly. We didn't know the title up until today, so they might actually have somebody else, like all different surprises from different timelines and shit.
Yeah, so maybe Brawly is the one who saves or defeats the evil version of Shallot or something like that. Who knows?
Well, there's a female version of Broly that exists now, right?
Well, not canon, right?
No, she's canon.
No, she's canon. Yeah,
Oh.
she was before Brawly technically.
Wow.
Yeah, her name's Kale. She's from Universe 6. See, in Dragon Ball Super, there are 12 universes.
So wait,
6 have been destroyed.
You said her name is Kale?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So that kind of further supports the idea that there's a character going to be named Shallot.
Well, dude, Kakarot, Vegeta.
They're all named after vegetables.
They're all named after vegetables. Like
Kakarot is just carrot?
Yeah.
Kakarot's carrot, Vegeta's vegetables, and it makes the same vegetables because he's the prince.
Dude, his daughter's name is Bola. Vegeta Bola.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Vegeta
it's just
Like
that way.
vegetable bowl?
Well, because if you look at his dad, his brother, his unofficial brother was named Cooler, and they're named after certain things, and each one has like like Bulma, and her son's name is Trunks. Like, yeah, they're named after certain things, and they just kind of keep that way.
Oh yeah, her name is Bulma Breathes or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you could tell, like they pretty much they're like, let's just throw some names together. Like, what about this thing? Let's call it.
Toriyama was like a comical writer.
Yeah.
He liked just writing funny shit. What he thought was funny shit, I guess.
Yes, but the thing about like me and him were talking about earlier. The thing about Kale is she's from Universe 6, and basically the whole thing is the universes, they're opposites. Universe 12 and Universe 1 are like opposites of each other. Well, 6 and 7 are opposites in the way that they're the same, but they're different in minor ways. Like Goku's version of himself over there is a female, but she has like the same kind of drive he had, and same kind of thing. Vegeta's version of himself is he's nice, but he has the same kind of pride of a Saiyan that Vegeta had and whatnot. And this version of Kale, she's real timid, until her lets her emotions get to her. When she transformed, Vegeta said that this was basically the original way the original Saiyans were. Like, this is what a Saiyan's true form, and she just gets really big and can't control it. She just fucking rages out and destroys it, and she's really fucking strong.
Yeah, like stronger than Blue currently.
Yeah. Like, she just walked through fucking Goku's Kamehameha blast and grabbed him by the face when he was in Blue. So yeah, she's strong. So Broly's going to be stronger, of course. But it's basically this version now. It's different because he's male and he's strong, or whatnot. It's that way. But the only thing questions I have is, the original Broly was his drive was he hated Kakarot like intensely. This version, is he even going to know who the fuck Kakarot is to begin with?
Yeah, I'm curious about that also. His backstory. How different.
And I like I told Skelly, you know, Dragon Ball Super, in a lot of ways, is because the way that the movies worked, like the side movies and GT worked, was they were ideas of Toriyama's. The writers, you know, the new writers just kind of went their way version of it.
Yeah.
This Dragon Ball Super, if you notice, if you watched it or whatever, is basically GT, but a different version of it. It's his original plans, I'm guessing, because you had androids, like in GT, you had Super 17, it would, you know, and this one 17's really fucking strong. Instead of just merging with another 17 from a different timeline,
Yeah,
he basically he just kind of got stronger that way. Then that little tiny snippet or little thing that took over that guy and made him like, and that took over his body and made him super fucking strong. Like whatever. That's like Baby was from GT, or Baby took over Vegeta and whatnot. There's similarities to them, so there's no telling where they're gonna go with it. Now, this was like his original idea of what GT might have been.
So we'll probably see a way different Broly according to how he wanted them.
Yeah, basically.
I think it's gonna be badass, dude. Like, it's gonna be a fucking awesome spectacle. I will go see it.
And I know this is supposed to be a big part of the next movie too, apparently. So
I don't know if you guys can see this. A little bit of news. Shooting victim's family honors man's memory by posing him with video game sports gear at wake. This is how they did this guy's funeral. This guy's dead.
That's not real. What?
That's real. Yeah.
What?
He's got Doritos.
He's got
zebra
Doritos
cakes.
And root beer and zebra cakes in a Celtics jersey, holding a PlayStation controller.
He's got earbuds in and everything too.
He's got earbuds and all that. Look, he got some cinnamon toast crunch underneath.
Hey, what would be funny is if somebody else played him in 2K and was beating him and stuff and was like, yeah. Like,
oh my god.
So that's apparently he was a gunshot victim, gunshot to the head. That's like, wow.
I mean, they could have at least opened his bag of chips.
No, Thomas, shut the fuck up.
So he was photographed by relatives wearing a Celtics jersey, holding a video game controller, and sitting next to his favorite snacks.
You know what? That's exactly how I want to go. I want the same treatment.
I want to see what game is on it.
I already got plans for when I die. Basically, when I'm
they were just on the PS4 screen. They didn't even have the game loaded up.
Like I told my boy Scotty, basically, like, when I'm above ground, they're gonna play the Mario music, and then when I go down, you're gonna hear the tunnel, and then when I get to the bottom, it's gonna no, like go down the fucking thing.
Great.
But like as soon as you start descending, you gotta play the.
Yeah, like I'm going through the tunnel to the next.
I don't even know what sound.
To the next part of the world. Yeah, yeah. As soon as I get down there,
and then the last thing on your fucking eulogy is everyone leave now.
Yeah,
just with the music playing.
Like, if you think about it, in your will and testament, you could just write whatever, and your family probably I think they have to legally do it. Like, you could just be like,
I'm going to put in there that I want to be an animatronic mummy.
Right, you know, like, I want you to make me do all of Michael Jackson's most famous moves from whenever he's dancing right before I go in the casket. Like,
I want to be. I want my skin stretched over a robot that does stupid shit
and have it displayed.
Oh yeah, I'm like a street performer in California. There's some kind of weird, grotesque art thing. Like it does the moonwalk for like in infinity circles. Just moonwalk.
Well,
maintain you.
I got some news, guys.
Sorry, fam.
I'm gonna have to get off because my phone's almost dead, and it wouldn't have been if Thomas would have been on fucking time. But you know, now it's draining battery, and I can't get up and talk at the same time. So
that's how it is. Well, appreciate you having you here.
I'll holler at y'all later.
Peace, brother. Well, no, he's fucking gone.
Yeah. So yeah, any other? There's not really a lot of news this week as far as the video game. I just pulled up that little tidbit of the burial thing, and that was like the biggest thing that popped up when I searched for video game news. You know, that was the biggest headline on like all across the internet. It's like family displays kid with his favorite games at a funeral.
Honestly, I feel like that's a good end piece right there, because I mean that's how I think we would all want to go. I think, and just sitting there playing our favorite game with our favorite snack.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
What?
You wouldn't want to go like that?
Fuck, what? No. That's terrible.
It was pretty cringy. I'm just gonna
terrible
say
way to go.
that looked
Kelly
pretty
probably
bad.
just wants to go in his sleep like a normie.
Okay, how about do that only if I'm like horribly dismembered?
Or maybe you're asleep, but you're flying through the air because your plane crashed, but you don't die at that moment. You're just like, you do this castaway thing, and then after like a certain amount of time,
he died from a gunshot to the head. Why are we talking about cause of death? Talking about the presentation of your body after death.
Oh, right. So then, okay, wait. How would you want your presentation to be, Kelly? You just want to be in a casket?
I want to do something similar to sheep, except for I just want to be positioned at like a Sears as an animatronic, just waving at people.
What if you're just passing out corn dogs? People are walking by and you're just like
I don't charge them. Where do I get them from? Do people like restock a
I don't know, just a big old box of corn dogs. They're not even cooked. You're just like, take
Who's
it.
funding this operation?
We will fund it. It's in your will, so we have to pay for it.
I want my consciousness uploaded into somebody's phone as their personal assistant. Hello, Thomas. How can I help you today? What the fuck do you want?
Right. Let's give it a try. It's like, instead of like Siri, it's Shane. So it's like, or wait, and sheep. Hey, sheep, can you tell me where the nearest restaurant is?
As long as they don't serve lamb. Bazinga.
Hardy har. I want a weekend at Bernie situation pretty much, but I actually want to get laid, so whoever, helps me, they have to actually hold my dick and and make sure it goes inside.
We're getting okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to end on this note. I think that's probably we've crossed the line now into necrophilia, and that's just that's not something that
old Clerks too on that shit.
Thomas is going to go necrophilia. He wants to be a reverse necrophiliac when.
But no, you're missing the point. The weekend at Bernie's thing. So you have to take me to parties, and I like a Hawaiian theme one. I gotta go. I have to fall over balconies a lot. So you have to go to the other.
See, you're missing the magic that makes you move whenever there's music. You don't.
It's like y'all have to do the movements so that I dance.
We gave realistic options. Yours included voodoo and magic, and that's just fucking retarded, Thomas.
No, weekend at Bernie's.
I know, but that had magic. He wasn't being carried around and moved. That's too much work, bro.
He wants to save money. Leave it to somebody.
We'll take you and we'll set you down on the couch at the party or whatever, and like people can like draw on your face or
like
pour
times.
beer on you or something, just like old times. Yeah, so
just like old times.
Yeah, there we go. No biggie.
Well, guys, episode 4, Podcast Royale.
You know it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next Monday. Hopefully, we'll be a little bit more prepared, Thomas.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, that
and
subscribe
ring that
button.
bell. Smash that like button. Ring that bell.
Ring that bell.
Subscribe.
Don't just smash that like button. Finger that like button. Make love to that like button.
Make love to that like
right.
button. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's right. All right,
You
guys.
weekend at
Take it
Bernie's.
easy next
that
time.
little bell down there.
The bell.